Welcome. You are listening to the Vent Session on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Sister Speak. This is the Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana, but you better call me Sister Speak. Brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers, how are you doing? Welcome to my first time listeners. Welcome back to my faithful listeners. I appreciate you all. Ooh, you all are sharing, you're downloading, and I appreciate my international listening audience. I really do. Thank you so much for your kindness. It means so much to me. To my first time listeners, you are listening to the Sister Speak Show Network. This is a segment, one of the 8 segments on this network called The Vent Session. The Sister Speak Show Network is rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. You're going to need 2 things. You're going to need water. You're going to need scuba gear water for healing power, self-reflective. It's self-reflective. It's reflective power. It's a healing agent. It's your gasoline. And if you don't like water, you cannot listen to the Sister Speak Show. That's just it. You can't get in. And scuba gear, because we dive deep. We don't play games. We don't pussyfoot around any conversations. We keep it real. Let me explain to you what this entire network is about so you'll really get it. Because then you're going to download more episodes, which is what we want you to do. The entire network is designed for all shades of brown people in the village. We are pro-village. We are pro-self-defense. We are pro-healing, okay? And encouragement is the foundation. This is what I have been called to do. This is what many people have tried to stop me from doing, but no weapon formed. This entire network is for, warriors. It's for people who are in spiritual warfare. This is for people who have been looking for a supplemental vitamin. You are looking for a resource from the source. We are not the source. You're looking for a resource from the source. And so to have somebody who has gone through specific trials and tribulations, experiences spiritual warfare, has been victorious, and has extracted what was needed to be extracted in order for me to teach. That's my calling. So that's what I do. I'm not miserable. I'm not bitter. I'm healed. I'm redeemed. I'm living in no tension, only redemption. So when you listen to the Vent Session specifically, this is not about projecting low vibrating energy. This is about projecting high vibrating energy with an understanding. I don't hold back any punches. We cannot ever, well, let me not say we cannot ever. Let me even just scratch that and start from the beginning of this sentence. It is imperative that you hear it how you need to hear it. There's no need for me to add any type of sprinkles or any type of gummy bears or any type of anything on top of this. You need to hear it real. You need to hear it raw, because it penetrates, and that's what a sword of truth does. It cuts me, it cuts you, and inevitably it allows us to be able to say, okay, I can recognize myself. I see what I need to change, and I choose to vibrate higher. So when you listen to the Vent Session, it's about having, you have conversations in the car, in the shower. You talk to yourself. If you say you don't, that's on you. But most people do have conversations with themselves. And the Vent Session is for people who have conversations that start off like this. They got me fucked up. Oh, they got me fucked up. I can't believe this shit. Who she thinks she is? Who do they think they are? The conversations where you pop off in the car, but there's nobody in the car that you can see. And in this day and age, you're safe because with Bluetooth technology and all of this wireless technology, they'll think you're just having a regular conversation with somebody on the phone. So you're safe in that matter. However, I don't want you to ever think, and this is for the chosen ones, the light workers, those who have been set apart. I don't want you to ever think, and I know you know this, but it's always good to have a refresher, right? I don't want you to ever think that there's no one listening. Mm, mm. When's the last time you prayed? Ah, sometimes you need to look at it like this. That vent session that you're having in the car is a prayer. You are releasing your frustrations, you're talking about it, and I believe in your conversations in the car with yourself, you are seeking a solution, a panacea, a remedy, because somebody in the village got you fucked up. They keep on trespassing, they keep on violating, they keep on disrespecting you, and you've had it. And you are at a crossroads, a two of swords, where you don't know which way to go. You don't know, should I say yes? Should I say no? What should I do in this situation? How do I get out of it? How do I walk away from my toxic family? How do I walk away from this toxic relationship? How do I walk away from this toxic friendship, job? Whatever it is, you are plagued because you know that it's not comfortable. You've had enough and you're tired of being violated. That's what the vent session is for. I get it. I'm going to talk that shit because I get it. This is for my brothers and my sisters who have been dominated by principalities from black magic, voodoo, juju, spell work. And some of you who listen to this show, you have participated in it in a low vibrating energy. Trying to alter, some people try to literally alter divine plans, predestination, cuckoo. And it ain't for Cocoa Puffs. It's cuckoo for Hades. You cuckoo for the lake of fire, Gehenna, Sheol. That's what you're doing, auditioning for the towers to come. That's what the vent session is about. And make no mistake about it. The episode that you see before you is part 2. Yes. We're going to dive deeper into this. People will always try to discredit you when they're jealous, envious, wicked, low vibrating, mad. I'm going to keep it real with you. You have haters in your life, jealous people in your life. And these people are seeking to literally destroy you. This has nothing to do with the content for tonight. I'm just encouraging you all because at some point, we're going to have to stop talking about what they're doing and do something about it. Self-defense is protecting yourself from the emotional, physical, financial, spiritual abuse that people may try to project on you and have. It's about finally saying, enough is enough. And when you say enough is enough, they always want to call you crazy because you're exposing their truths. That's the first thing that these demons will do, is that they will say you're crazy for exposing their truth. Fuck them. You know it's real. The Most High know it's real. They the only ones trying to do the abracadabra, creating illusions and confusions and pollution because they don't want to be exposed, even though they were exposed in their mind before they even actually executed the actions. These people, some of them are reprobate that you have encountered, and they come in the form of family, friend, and foe. And you sometimes. I'm being real. I don't want you to be reprobate, but I'm just being really real about, if we could just be real about ourselves. We know what we have done, how we've been and have not been. We know our lows and our highs. And we have to do the work to clear and cleanse from ourselves. Understanding that you are being saved from yourself. That you can be the number one wrecking ball to yourself. Self-destruction, and then there's self-construction. And that's just what we are aiming for, the transformation coming out of the cocoon to the construction, not the destruction. But Satan being that, the seeker, the killer, and the destroyer, we have to literally be armed. And you cannot be armed if you're not willing to listen and believe. And if you're not willing to believe in totality about spirituality, you are a victim all the time. Homicide, first 48 all day is your life, because you're going to continue to get your ass kicked by the unseen forces working through your family, friends, and foes. That's what the vent session is about. It's about getting this out once and for all, moving forward, strategizing, protecting, and being willing to walk away from these very same people who you are related to or not. Letting go is a test. It isn't easy, but it's necessary. But I know you know how to let go, because anything that you hold in your hand is hot, you're going to drop. Oh, we know how to let go. It's just, how strong is the hold? How strong is the hold? Strongholds. And so on the vent session, my brothers and sisters, my chosen brothers and sisters, the light workers, are under attack and have been under attack in the womb and forward. And we are in a place right now where it is justice season, judgment season, towers return to cinders. We are literally going to start to hear and see our enemies folding. They cannot handle what they put out. Not only the enemy, but the practitioners who they have gone to produce the dark magic, spell work, and voodoo. Niggas, we on your heads. I don't want any demon to think for a minute that we are not returning to sender, that we're not banishing, that we're not clearing and cleansing. Nah. You don't like us, we do. So we're going to do everything that we can do to protect ourselves, because you enemies have declared war on us. And we kept giving you chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And you kept doing your thing. And you were like, oh, he or she is weak. I can do whatever I want to him or her. You got the game fucked up. Yeah, it may have looked like you won a couple rounds, but really what you were doing is just building up that tower. The more shit you did, the taller the tower got. And now it's that time. But remember, when you activate your power, when you decide to declare boundaries, when you decide to appreciate yourself, when you decide to say enough is enough, no, you're not going to drain me. You're not going to steal my energy. You're not going to continue to do the fuckery that you've been doing to me. When you decide to stand righteously in your boldness, when you decide to stand up like a warrior and fight righteously, not carnally, righteously, with all the righteous weapons that you've been given, as I mentioned before, they're going to call you crazy. That's the only thing that they can say. Because to them, what was once normal is not. So they see your normalcy in their eyes, the energy that you were projecting that allowed them to come in, or not. Okay? Sometimes you may not project that energy and they still want to fuck with you. And then they have to learn that lesson. Either way, lessons are being learned. But they are going to see you as being abnormal. And that's why they call you crazy. Can you imagine people who share the same DNA as you plotting and planning your demise? Yeah, you can, because you know what I'm talking about. You've experienced it firsthand. Some of you have real testimonies about the miracles of the Most High God blocking the attempts to smear your name, to take away your well-being, to destroy your entire life from your own aunts, uncles, cousins, husband, mother-in-law, father-in-law, mother, father, brother, sister, co-worker, and you were devastated, in shock at how far they went. That's what the vent session is about. It's about me saying, we're going to do something about it. You have everything you need to fight. And even standing still is a fighting position. It had to happen. It had to happen. And you, from what I have learned, it had to happen through you. You were the one and are the one to bring these niggas to the slaughter. Are you promoting violence? I just need to know. No, I'm not promoting violence. I'm promoting truth. A spiritual slaughter. The Most High God super rules, not you. There's not one person on this fucking earth, on this earth, because there's nothing wrong with the earth. It's just the people in it. There's not one human or person on this earth that super rules. There's not one. I want you to listen to me so you can gain the strength that you need. There is not one human or person on this earth or in it that super rules. There's only one. There's no one on this earth or in it that has all power. There's only one. There's only one that sits high and looks low. No one can defeat the Most High God and Yahweh. No one. I want you to let that sink into your bosom. Gain the confidence that you need to gain in your leader. Do you trust your leader? Do you understand me? Your enemies are defeated. They are defeated, brothers and sisters. Yes. And the enemies within you are defeated too. In totality, the vent session is about purging. Oh, we're going to get into it. I wanted to encourage you. Shall we move forward? Yes, we shall. Brothers and sisters, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. You just took playing That's My Car to a whole nother level. The latest episode of the Tour on the Sister Speak show is available on demand now. Rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts. On this episode, jacking for more than beats, the effects of GTA and rap music, confessing to crimes over beats, lyrics leading to arrest. On the tour, we're covering all aspects of the music industry, including interviews with musicians, managers, songwriters, producers, music groups, DJs, and exclusive music and concert reviews. Either you're playing the video game or the video game is playing you. Click the link for the latest episode on the Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Be careful.
The season of you being prey has come to an end. Family, friend, foe versus your freedom. What are you going to choose? The latest episode of the Vent Session on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now. Episode 2, Stop Being Weak. We're covering haters in your life. Why are they howling at you? Car chases. Let me out the car. This doesn't taste good. Where's the original recipe? Protecting adulterers. Why are your people scandalous? Rent, utility, and food relief. Learning how to ask for help and people who don't help. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Click the link for the latest episode. Warriors, mount up.
When it comes to being a rap lyricist, what sets you apart is your ability to be able to freestyle on demand. If you can't freestyle, you can't rap. The latest episode of the tour on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now. In this episode, beatdowns versus bars, when freestyle battles turn violent. Rated R for strong content and language. On the tour, we cover all aspects of the music industry, focusing on musicians, managers, songwriters, producers, music groups, DJs, with exclusive music as well as concert reviews and IG Live concerts and interviews. On the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Go ahead and click the link for the latest episode. Welcome back. You are listening to the Vent Session on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Sister Speak. Brothers and sisters, it's about to go all the way up because anything going down is crashing. Brothers and sisters, check this in. I already know you enjoyed part 1 of Cheating Leaves Crumbs. I already know you did. I keep listening to it. Well, I listen to my shows for different reasons, but there's certain parts where I was like, Sister Speak, that was funny. So I'm glad that you all enjoyed it because I keep it 100. I truly do. And some episodes, for me, I'm not going to ever record until I have healed from it. So when I speak to you, I'm not projecting anything low vibrating. I just keep it 100. And listen, if you don't like what I record, I forgot to do that formality. 2 things. I forgot to do the, joy, which is our way of saying cheers with the water. But first of all, listen, if you don't like the Sister Speak Show, thank you, because you're the reason why I keep getting blessed. I need you in my life. I need you to continue to not like the show. Just whoever's not liking it, that's fine. But for those of you who do, I really appreciate you. But listen, there's some people who are haters, and we call you lily pads. We call you wartmongers, Hagatha, Gargamel, Azrael. Skeletor. That's just it. So you will, if you ever hear those words, that's what I'm referring to for the low vibrating energies who are in the village, who do not want us to pick up the litter and put it in the garbage. They like to go into the garbage and throw the litter back onto the land. They like to pollute the land. They don't want any forward movement. They're anti us. They're anti Most High God and Yahweh. They just hate being a part of 12 tribes of Israel. They have completely assimilated into Babylon, and they want nothing to do with being an Israelite. They want nothing to do with being a part, as I aforementioned, the 12 tribes of Israel. They just hate themselves. And so they go around and they, project this energy, and they do all kind of fuckery, and you can find them in the nations and you can find them in the tribes. I'm just being real. These energies are real. So, and you've encountered them. So these are the people who we are warring against. These are the people who have declared war on us. They've declared war on the Most High God and Yahweh. And so here we are just doing our part to say, it's not going down like that. Okay? Okay. So let's get into it, brothers and sisters. I definitely have some more education for us to listen to via audio, for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only, but more so on the educational aspect, because we are here to raise awareness for the lack of cohesiveness in the village due to infidelity, due to betrayal, due to division in relationships, and low vibrating energies, which are a result of childhood traumas. And how many of us really are not yet pre-qualified to be in relationships. So these clips raise more, provide more confirmation about what is being taught tonight, what is being shared tonight. Okay? Because it is imperative that there is always something to keep your mind processing. And when you hear of these incidents, it will resonate in some way, shape, or form. I want my brothers and my sisters in the village to be able to be pre-qualified to be in relationships that please the Most High God and bring back harmony, tranquility, strength, solidarity, and power and righteousness to the village. And if you have an issue with that, we don't give a fuck. We really don't. Okay, so moving forward, brothers and sisters, why are you playing games with me? Cheating leaves crumbs. Secret phone and online lives. Real shit. We've all been here before. We know what it is. And if you listen to the last episode, I had to create understanding about what you're in and what you're not in. And I guess some of you guys are mad because the truth is the truth. I don't care. Listen, either you're single or you're married. So let's just understand that either you're single or you're married. So right now, are you single or are you married? Talking about certificate or common law, or you're single. No boyfriend, no girlfriend. However, you are acquainted with someone, associating with someone, and in what you would consider to be a monogamous, platonic fellowship with fornication in the middle of it. Just keep it real, y'all. So with that entwined, there are beliefs and understandings, because these words have been spoken from you two, that there is an exclusivity and that we're not doing anything that would cause chaos in the relationship. You're not seeing anybody else. I'm not seeing anybody else. I'm not sleeping with anybody else. You're not sleeping with anybody else. We doing this together. This is the understanding. However, that's not the understanding. And you found that out. Yeah. I know the mystery van pulled up. Scooby and them got out and said, Mr. with the shit. Pulled off the mask. And you found out that you were with Mr. with the shit. Yeah, with the shit. Or pull back the mask and you found out it's Mrs. with the shit. Whatever it is, this person is really with the shit. And the reason why you didn't know is because of the potpourri, the Febreze, the Renewsit, the Azoom. The odor was masked, so you couldn't smell the shit that he was with or that she was with. And now, here are the crumbs. Here are the crumbs produced from, once again, the mask falling off. And so the emotions, I was listening to the last episode, I was like, emotions. What the fuck is emotion? Emotion is a movement. What is emotions? that's just how emotions. Anyway, your emotions are all over the place, okay? Now it's like your emotions are at an amusement park and you're like, WTF, 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 WTF. And you're discombobulated. You're off now because you were invested. But this stock market done crashed. It crashed. Yes. Down. And now you don't know what the fuck to do. Let's just be real. You don't know what to do because I love him. I love her. I can't believe I love him so much. How could he do this to me? I love her, dog. How could she do this to me? I love him. How could he? You know that shit. How could he do this to me? Let's listen to these words. How could he do this to me? Is a question of investigation. But are you really willing to find out how could he do this to you? How could he betray you like this? How? Childhood trauma, low vibrating energy, a demonic force, wicked, whatever it is, okay? Let's just say this is a multiple choice question. And sometimes you just might have to just say all of the above. Whatever it is, there's something in him and you. Because let's just be real, the law of attraction is the law of attraction. And sometimes these people will be sent your way because of dark magic, voodoo, and spell work. Some people will actually pay for and send spells your way for karmic, evil, low vibrating men and women in situations to come your way to keep you in chaos and to keep you from actually moving forward in your calling, in your walk, in your purpose, and in your passion in life. It's real shit. That's why I said you need scuba gear. This episode or any other episode is not for those who don't want to think fast and listen fast and get it. I can't slow down. I cannot remove how I think and how it's being given to me. This is the realest shit ever. And you need to hear this shit so you can get into a proper perspective and quit, picking these niggas out of a raffle. Some of y'all really be going to the raffle and picking out straight felonies. And when I say felonies, I'm not speaking specifically in prison term. I'm just saying, this shit is going to be criminal what's getting ready to happen to you. Spiritually and physically sometimes. Because you picked this nigga name out the raffle. You picked this nigga's name out the raffle. Excuse me. Hear what I'm saying. You picked his name. So we just have to, unpick it. Right? Some of you are like, ooh, I put his name back. Return to sender. But this is what it is. The realest talk ever. How could he do this to you? How could she do this to me? I loved her. I trusted her. This is my baby mama. This is my whatever. My wife. I've been with Shorty for a long time. Yo, son, how could she do this to me? B, I've been with Shorty for a long time, yo. This shit is bananas, yo. It's beyond me, right? This shit is many. It's mayhem. It's just ultimate fuckery because they were so good at making you feel comfortable with letting them cross your boundaries. And anytime you are intimate with, anytime you are fornicating, fucking around, and being penetrated, there are energies that are being exchanged. But all all some people care about is just the fucking aspect of it. They don't care about the spiritual aspect that's manifesting. And you literally are laying down with demons. And you have no idea that she's literally, or he's literally bananas. It's literally in their bloodline. A generation after generation of a mental illness. And here you are, all in the hot pocket. And you have no idea that what keeps this hot pocket hot is lava. And if a child is conceived in this lava, shit, now you got a demon baby. Perhaps, possibly. Just saying. Come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You might end, I'm telling you, you know what, when I when I think of demon babies, I think of those, when I see little children with them silver teeth, I don't know. I have not met one that was cool. I have not met one that ain't with the shit. 4-year-old running a whole fucking house with them teeth. And that's the parents' fault. If your children are walking around with silver caps, that's your fucking fault. And nobody else's. Shame on you for fucking your kids' teeth off like that and got people running around here, walking around, no, literally running around here. People going to daycares. Yeah, I've always wanted to work with children. And then they do a tour of the facility and there's 3 of them in there with them teeth. No, I don't want to work here. All because of them 3 children. Brush your children's teeth. What the fuck is going on? You can't sit here and, I'm finna really go here today. You can't sit here and body butter your ass all up and down and spray all these sprays on you and get all cool and shit for this fucking encounter of fornication, conceive a child, and then that's just it. You ain't trying to take care of shit else because he doesn't want to be with you anymore. Let's just get into it. A lot of these encounters do end up you having to be in a situation where he doesn't want to deal with you because it just wasn't meant to be. But here is the result of it. And you no longer want to participate in life, in your child's life. You're sad, you're depressed because you intertwined with an energy that never came to be with you permanently. It came to bust a nut, to get your energy so it can move on to the next. It's called energy harvesting. You call him baby daddy though. I call him energy harvester. So that's how we end up in situations when we are literally not pre-qualified. Like seriously, do you think a man that has not yet healed and has been told and has been conditioned to not express himself emotionally, to keep things in, to literally live in a masquerade, do you think he is pre-qualified, unhealed to be your man? Let's just be real. Or a father. Think about these things. If you truly want divine elevation in your thoughts, okay? If you truly want divine understanding about how we move and operate, think about that and consider these things the next time you say, oh, he fine. Oh, he look good. Oh, I got to have me some him. All of this, superficial attraction. I want you to ask yourself this question. What type of energy does this man possess? Does this woman possess? And if you are having trouble, then you need to pray for discernment. Discernment. So you can see what is really going on. And discernment is our friend. Wisdom is our friend. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to go on. If you know that you shouldn't be doing this, what the fuck? Why are you then still doing it? I know I really shouldn't be sleeping with him, but girl, I got to have me some, I just got to have me some dick. So let me get this straight. You just had a mini ABC after school special with yourself where you told yourself that you shouldn't do it, but then you're going to go do it anyway. You don't love yourself. You're not appreciating yourself. You're not valuing yourself. And that's where it goes into values are important. And I'm going to ask you, sister, are you on clearance? Is your vagina on clearance? Is this Hot Pocket 29 cents? I'm just looking for somebody to love me. Do you not own any mirrors? They're never gonna love you because you don't love yourself. That's asinine. It's ass backwards. It's never gonna make any sense. They will never love you until you love yourself. They will not appreciate you or value you until you appreciate yourself. And it is a way that you carry yourself that lets these niggas know. Now listen, some of them will still approach you with that low vibrating energy. And that is an opportunity for you to be a curriculum for them and to say, this is not how this goes. And to check them in a warrior way that doesn't get you hit in the back of the head with a bottle. Okay, doesn't get you pistol whipped, to where you can let them know this is not how you come at me. When I was standing in line at the gas station, there was a dude, an older dude. Like, I know that he probably babysat Frederick Douglass. And I was like, okay, this man in here, right here, having babysat Frederick Douglass, has got to have wisdom and know better. But I could tell, and not necessarily by the way he dresses, because, you know, you could be a millionaire in rags, but just the way that his clothes were hanging, the way he was walking, I could tell what this was finna be. So he kind of got in my space, and I'm real serious about my space even before this whole social distancing. Back the fuck up. You don't need to be all up in me. This ain't HD. Back the fuck up. Okay? Like, I don't play them games. Because, okay, never mind. There's some statute of limitations. I don't play these games. You're going to back the fuck up, or I'm going to help you back the fuck up. So anyway, and there are people who can testify that I have helped them back the fuck up. Moving forward. So he came and, you know, I was like, could you step back? He's like, I don't mind stepping back, but I sure wouldn't mind being in front of you. I said, excuse me, don't you ever speak to me that way. I said, how dare you be so disrespectful? I said, I'm a woman. Don't you ever talk to me in a perverted manner like that again. He said, I'm sorry. I'm having a blessed day. I said, if you're blessed, then why would you even be talking to me like that? Blessed indicates that you know the Most High God. And if you know the Most High God, then you know that how you just came at me with that sexual energy is inappropriate. You right. Can I buy your food for you? Can I get this for you? Can I buy? I don't need shit from you. I didn't say anything else to him. I stood my ground and I let him know, I'm not the fucking one. Now let me explain something to you. In the past, I would have let that shit have a pass. I might have giggled, laughed because of the attention, transparency, and growth. I don't fuck around. You're not finna pervert and project your masturbation chronicles onto me. I'm not the one. I don't give a fuck how sexy I am, how good looking I am, how good I smell, whatever it is that you see when you see me. I know I'm attractive. I know I'm beautiful. I know I got a lot going on for myself, and I thank the Most High God. But I also know I'm beautiful on the inside. And I also know that I do not have to let anybody come and cross my boundaries with low vibrating energy. And I had to do the work so I would be able to stand in this day and say, don't disrespect me. All attention is not good attention. Whenever somebody comes at you with that, I consider them to be like that spam, those bots that are on Instagram that follow you with the bullshit, right? That ain't nothing but a bot. I gotta block you and remove you because you're gonna fuck up my algorithm and you're coming here with some fuckery and some shit and I ain't the one. So when it comes to people approaching us, are they spam or is this a real caller? You better say that shit, Sister Speak. You better fucking say that shit. I need to know. Are you dealing with spam? Is the person you're laying next to spam? Did she just call my man spam? I did. Satan placed a man in your bed. Did she say Satan placed a man for spam? Yeah. No, seriously, real shit. Satan placed a missus. Satan placed a mistress. Is there spam in your bed right now? I need to know. Is there spam in your bed? Are you in a relationship with spam? Are you married to spam? Or is this the real deal? Is this a true call? Is this something real? An authentic, verified call? Are you, in this moment, right now, supposed to be in this situation? Ask yourself. Some situations are tougher to get out of than others. And sometimes we get into situations with spam, and spam puts us in a casket. Are you married to or in a relationship with spam? A virus, a wicked principality, a demon, a witch, what are you doing about it? Because the crumbs that you keep finding are getting bigger and bigger. He's cheating sloppier and sloppier. She's cheating sloppier and sloppier. Because they don't think you're going to ever go anywhere. You keep chasing and accepting the crumbs. Cheating leaves crumbs. Their secret phone life and their secret online life is who they really are. Some of you have a cell phone right now. That was dumb. Everybody has a cell phone right now. There's a 1-year-old with a cell phone right now. Those of you, some of you with a phone, have a secret life. And you leave, and you've had your phone number for a long time. Some of you will say it is tied into this and it's tied into that. That's why I won't change it. And I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call fuckery and bullshit. You want to leave the door open for your exes to have a way to access you. And some of you are married with the same phone number that you had when you were skeeting all around town. Some of you are still skeeting all around town. That's why you won't change your phone number. And whenever you get into an argument with your spouse, mysteriously you're able to contact or connect with your exes. They have just a funny way of being able to know when you and your spouse are at odds. You don't find that to be disrespectful? Do you understand how you vibrate low, and that is the number one sign that you are insecure and suffer from lack of confidence? That you are still a boy or girl because that is childish. You are not willing to show the respect that you should show your spouse by saying, I'm changing my phone number and I'm not going to give these females or these males access to me anymore, because that is the door to temptation, a portal. And that is an easy way for the enemy to slip in and to cause chaos and corruption. So not changing your phone number is going to lead to betrayal and adultery. When you are married, and let's just say you are a socialite and you have female friends and male friends, they don't come before your wife or your husband. And there are boundaries that have to be established and roles have to be fine-tuned for people to understand that you cannot have access to me in the way that you used to, because I am now on a different part of my life. As the airplane passes over my head, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. Okay? That's confirmation right there. Traveling, moving, going from one place to another. That airplane is symbolic. So when you are reestablishing, sometimes there are people who don't want to have their roles reassigned. They want to stay just as it is. They want to keep the same flow and tempo, but there's a new DJ in town, and his name is the Most High. And you over here with your old playlist, but the Lord has some new funky joints that will be playing, and now here is the chaos, the confusion, and the calamity, which leads to the betrayal and the infidelity, because there's too many people involved in a three-party union. Most High, you, spouse. And they're trying to fit in the middle of the triangle. And the way that you would talk with your female friends in the kind of cavalier way, carefree way that it would flow and go, may not make your spouse, it may make your spouse uncomfortable. And you have to be willing to adjust. But some of you aren't, because you want to be that guy and you want to be that girl. Why the fuck did you get married in the first place if you weren't willing to participate in the marriage in totality, spiritually, righteously? You still doing and acting as if you never ever transformed. You still acting as if you're single when you're really married. And some of you, and this is a first-hand experience, have people in your family who have fucked up marriages. They're fucked up individuals. And they see that spirit, that those things in them see that you are paired up with somebody and that this is divine, and they will do everything that they can to try to destroy it. True story. I've never in my life seen so many people try to be involved in what I just got out of. They just were relentless, would not stop crossing boundaries, doing things that real shit, man. If it weren't for the Most High restraining me, a lot of things that were done could lead to physical altercations, because sometimes when you've had it, and they just would not stop. People from all over I've never in my life seen so many jealous, low vibrating demons insert themselves into something that was not their fucking business. And then be jealous and project and always calling and just everything that they did. Man, the receipts I have. They just wouldn't stop. But when you have a passive mate that would allow it to happen, I had to fight for myself. The story that has been told versus what really happened. I don't have to bash bash or blast. I just keep it at 100 because this is my calling. I went through this for a reason. I won't pussyfoot. I won't hide. I won't be silent. But I'm not going to be angry at the same time. I'm just going to share so my brothers and my sisters can understand that, look, you don't have to be dominated. And you do not have to allow people to pop up at your house, stay the night at your house, and insert themselves in roles that they no longer have. And there are people, as I mentioned in the last episode, that are so desperate to break up a relationship that they will go through, do the black magic, the voodoo, and the juju. I'm going to keep it 100. That's why I said I've never been married. I've never, ever been married. Because my understanding of what marriage is, I've never been married. Now, that's the realest ever. The realest ever. That's how you reclaim your power. That's how you stand and dominate over that thing that was trying to take you out. What was the final straw for you, brothers and sisters, that made you say, I'm done with this shit. No, fuck this. Fuck this shit right here. I'm not doing this shit no more. No, I'm done. What was the final straw for you? And how have you been since you declared that you're not doing this shit anymore? What was the final straw for me? My goodness. Myself. I was the final straw. Sister Speak, you got to do something different. Stop these patterns. Find out why you do these things. I went inwardly. But what it was for me that made me say that this person could not be for me is when he looked me in my face in an argument and said, I wish you would have died when your daddy did. Yes, I wish you would have died when your daddy did. That was the final straw. I tapped out after that. I've never in my life had somebody say something so cruel. And I done encountered some wicked ass tongues. That was it. So I'm not playing when I say, if we do not heal from our childhood traumas and stand in our righteous power, we will continue to encounter some of the most unbelievable fights, words, and circumstances from principalities that work through people. I don't play games, but I'm not going to hide that truth. That's real shit. That crumb was it. And cheating. Excuse me. I apologize, y'all, my sinuses. I don't do crumbs either. And it was that and cheating. I don't play those games. Spell work, voodoo, black magic. I don't play those games. Family members jealous because you're married. I don't play those games. The attacks kept coming, y'all. And you can relate because some of you have had relationships that you had to walk away from because everything turned the fuck upside down and you could not do it anymore. You tried, and you tried. And you endured the gaslighting, the red flags. You endured the monkey branching, the flying monkeys, the triangulation. You endured the smear campaign, the infidelity. You saw shit, you felt shit, and you still stayed around because you felt like that was the right thing to do. You put your all into it, right? But you kept getting crumbs. And you looked in the mirror one day and didn't even recognize yourself, but you saw death. You saw sickness. You saw pain. You saw disbelief. You saw stress. You saw hair thinning, weight loss or gain, skin not glowing, breakouts. You just saw the effects of the poison one day. You realized that if you did not change, that you were going to die. That it was bigger than being married or in a relationship at that point. That there was something else that was 911ing you, and you needed the 411 about the 911. And you saw the smoke, you saw the fire, and you said, okay, my house is on fire. And it's been on fire. And when a house is on fire, you have to save yourself and run outside of the house. In order to be saved, you have to be taken from the house, removed immediately, or else you'll burn. And that's why a lot of people say, they burned me. Sexually and in the physical, emotional. They burned me. They abandoned me. They neglected me. Whatever, right? But you caught a glimpse of yourself in that mirror. You said, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Something's gotta change. And you prayed. And you worked. And you said, Lord, remove him. Remove her. And he did. And when you did, the Lord said, ooh, goodness, thank you. I was waiting for you to ask me to do that with pleasure. I've been trying to get to Courier out your life for a long time, Keisha. Ever since you still married him after he said, Keisha, you already know what it is. Brothers and sisters, I'm serious about this shit. At some point, you finally said, it is better to be by myself than to be put on the shelf. It's not worth, the good dick isn't worth the cheating on the side. He pays all the bills, so I don't give a fuck. If he's going upside of your head and cheating on you, there's a problem. You make it look good on the gram. But in real life, the house is on fire. Cheating leaves crumbs. Your secret online life has already been exposed in the spirit. Your secret phone life has already been exposed. You move fucking funny. I want every person who likes to engage in betraying to hear me. You move funny as fuck. You move funny. And you're exhausted because when you cheat, it takes everything out of you to do it. And your dick is dirty. And your vagina is dirty. Why do you call it dick and then why do you call ours dick and then you get the women get to call it vagina? And your hot pocket is unhealthy. And then you bring that back. Home. It's the crumbs. Because if you would have been honest and true about what you said, we wouldn't be in this position in totality. But I'm going to say this to everybody. None of us are pre-qualified to be in a relationship or in a marriage until we clear and cleanse. And we deal with the childhood trauma. So we can actually vibrate higher. And that's just in truth. I think about anything that I have ever engaged in before, and I can honestly say it's low vibrating energy, unhealed childhood trauma. But that's not the case now. I would not make the decisions that I made then, now. And I know many of you can say that as well. But the effects of it is, we didn't let our guard down. You let your guard down because you think that you have to keep up with what the world says. This world, and that's just not how it goes. There is a blueprint, there's a map, there's something already that has been set in place that if we would just go this way, we wouldn't have to deal with the trauma in our 40s and 50s and 60s, in our 30s and in our 20s, even in our teens. Okay? This is real shit. I appreciate y'all for listening. We're going to get into these clips. These are for educational purposes only. You are listening to part 2 of Why Are You Playing Games With Me? Don't play games with me. Stop playing games with me. Cheating leaves crumbs. It really does. Secret phone and online lives. This is for fair use for entertainment purposes only. Thank you for listening to the Vent Session on the Sister Speak Show, recording from Dallas, Texas. I'm your host, Sister Speak. Shout out to Mont Music, MYHM, Apparel, KK Lachey, Ali Frank Music.
Woman charged with second-degree murder after investigators say she stabbed her ex-boyfriend to death.
But her family says there's more to this story. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig joining us live outside the district court in Warren. And Kim, what does her father say happened?
Yes, Glenna, the family of Breonna Washington believes she acted in self-defense. Warren police say she wanted to get back together with her ex-boyfriend, and that's why they were arguing.
Are you Breonna Lachey Connor Washington?
Yes. Breonna Washington has 15 open traffic warrants and a conviction for retail fraud on her record. But now the 25-year-old from Detroit is facing a charge of second-degree murder for the stabbing of her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old Maurice Carpenter.
You have to do a lot to push her to that point, you know what I mean? So she feared for her life.
Eugene Washington says his daughter was acting in self-defense. The stabbing happened Friday night in the parking lot outside Maurice's home here in Warren. Police say Maurice's roommate could hear Breonna arguing about another woman being in his house. Police say she stabbed him once in the stomach and then drove him to a nearby hospital and left.
She left, made false statements, got rid of the knife. We had to find her.
Warren police now looking at surveillance video to see if this may have been a case of self-defense.
Do you have something you wanted to say regards to bond and bond only?
I was saying, like, is it a possible way where I can get a house arrest? $2 million?
$2 million.
I don't.
Yes, Heather, at this time is appropriate.
I don't have $2 million to pay to get out.
You're all set. Thank you.
Man, that's too much, man. I mean, she's the victim, though.
These type of homicides are not the typical type of homicides where they're a result of a robbery or a burglary or sexual assault. These are between people that are acquainted or related.
And we asked Brianna's father what he would say to Maurice's family, and he simply replied, nothing. Reporting live in Warren, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News. Back to you.
A failed murder-suicide.
Macomb County attorneys played a 911 call documenting the moment they say a woman was killed by her husband.
The victim was calling for help when she was gunned down. 7 Action News reporter Shelley Childers is here with the emotional reaction in court. Shelley.
Yeah, that's right. This call is hard to listen to as Ebony Byram calls first responders for help, saying she and her husband were in an argument and she needs police to help her. Tears in court as a 911 call is played to the public. It's the last moments of Ebony Byram's life. She's heard reaching out for help. It was around 1 a.m. on October 1st, 2016 at this condo in Macomb Township. Police say Ebony is heard telling her husband, Hal Byram, to leave.
No, I want you to leave. No, you won't leave. I'm not leaving. Yeah, you need to leave. No, I'm not. Because I have a child here.
On the call, she explains to the dispatcher why she wants her husband gone.
We had a dispute. He wanted to get all his stuff and leave. It's the middle of the night. He can do this another time.
In court, Byram sat listening intently as his wife requested police. On the phone, the dispatcher asks about weapons.
Any weapons in the home?
It is.
Just seconds later, as the 911 call continues,
It wasn't in play. There was no threatening anything.
The dispatcher is interrupted by gunfire. 10 shots are heard and then silence.
Hello?
The call brought tears to family in the courtroom. Hal Byram sat quietly, showing little emotion.
You hear it? 9 shots, rapid fire, and then less than a half second, a second shot, or the 10th shot, which is he places into his own.
Byram survived that injury. His wife was hit 9 times. She was found dead inside the home. He is charged with first-degree premeditated murder. The judge agreed this case will continue to trial. Now, the victim's teenage son in this case from a previous relationship was at home at the time. We're told he was awake in a different room and did hear those shots. He made a second call to 911. He was uninjured. We will continue to follow this case very closely. Reporting live, Shelley Childers, 7 Action News.
Weapon in his murder, and it was all caught on surveillance video.
7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has been talking to the victim's family. And Kim, that surveillance video, kind of hard to look at. I checked it out this morning, but it seems to point to clear intent.
Absolutely, without a doubt, that this driver was gunning for Terrence Ricks Jr. You'll see him running down the sidewalk here as he's being chased by a car, and behind the wheel, a woman now charged with first-degree murder.
My son didn't deserve to die this way. My son's supposed to be burying me, not me burying him.
What happened to 25-year-old Terrence Ricks Jr. is horrifying, and Detroit police say this woman, 20-year-old Denisha Mathis, is responsible for killing him. Her weapon, this car, as young Terrence ran for his life.
She couldn't take the breakup because prior to that day, I heard him on the phone telling someone, I don't know if it was her, don't call my phone no more and don't text me no more.
I know she's just been coming to the house. She will pull in the driveway and she'll say hi, but other than that, no.
Mr. and Mrs. Ricks say their son had only been dating Denisha for no more than a month, and it seemed he wanted to break up, but not Denisha, who came by the house last week Tuesday.
She was in front of my house arguing with my son. I came outside and told my son, I said, leave her alone. Come on in the house, man.
And about 15 minutes later, Mr. Ricks says his son left to go to the store to get some cigarettes, perhaps not realizing Denisha was still around.
She was still in the neighborhood stalking him, and seen him up there on 7 Mile.
It's unclear if the two started arguing again, but what is clear is the evil that is behind the wheel. As investigators say, Denisha Mathis drove her car down 7 Mile, looped around in the parking lot as Terrence desperately tried to get away, but there was nowhere for him to hide, and the father of 2 was hit and killed, perhaps because he was a man Denisha Mathis couldn't have.
I just want to know why. I want to know why.
And Terrence Ricks Jr. was killed over a week ago, but his family can still not plan his funeral just yet because they simply cannot afford it. If you'd like to help, we'll have a link on our website at WXYZ.com. Reporting live on the city's west side, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News. Back to you two in the studio.
Boy, your hearts go out for those parents sitting right there. I mean, just vicious, Kim.
And it signifies here the uniting of this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is the church of the Lord Jesus the Christ. Bless the Lord to act of every these things, and grant that the wearer may enjoy life together.
This is a wedding where the mistress crashed.
And together, through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
This is what you left my house for this morning.
Oh.
And the other night. Oh. You need to get out.
Oh my God. Did anybody hear that? We got to go.
Keisha, you already know what it is.
We shall. Wow.
A 25-year-old.
Then a cheater, right?
Yes. I can tell you
and,
that.
and we've had our fair share on the show. Check it out. Adam, are you still cheating?
I'm most definitely not still cheating.
The lie detector exam showed that you lied.
Have you cheated on Joseph ever?
I've never even thought about it. The lie detector exam says you lied.
We've caught our share of cheaters, but our next guest has made it as a living. Meet Bounty Hunter D.
She is cheating on you, my man. She's right in there, and that's the dude right there.
It's Bounty Hunter D. We love to expose infidelity on this channel. We're at a hotel. He's with a woman right now.
After everything I've done for him.
Jason, what the? You don't have no shirt on. Who is it? Wow, this! Wow!
I'm over you. I want my dog back, and other than that, it's cool.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, where are you going? I'm talking to you. Don't ignore me! Don't ignore me!
Can I help you?
Yeah. I have your boyfriend here. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, shit.
Supposed to be at work, huh?
Get out of the car!
Don't be cheating. Be faithful, okay?
Please welcome private investigator and YouTube star, Bounty Hunter D.
Wow.
Hey!
D, your dog is really dangerous.
Yes,
Looking
it
at
is.
that footage.
It could be very dangerous. It could be very dangerous. Every case is different, but, you know, I try to be as careful as possible.
So why did you want to do this?
Why do I want to become a private investigator and a bounty hunter? I want to make a difference, right? So as a little boy, I saw my dad. He was a sheriff and a cop. So I always saw him coming home with the badge and the gun. As a little boy, you know, you want to be like my dad, a black cowboy, right?
Oh.
So I was like, okay, I want to do this, right? And my uncles were bounty hunters.
Wow.
So I was, you know, as a little boy, I was like, hey, can I go with you guys? I really want to go. Really want to go. Get out of here. Get out of here. So they used to let me go, and I just fell in love with it since then.
So typically when we think of a bounty hunter, they're actually going after people who maybe have skipped out on their bail, and you're bringing them back to jail because they're, you know, look,
that's where they belong.
They're in jail. That's where they belong.
Yes.
But you're a different kind of bounty hunter.
You can say
so
that.
Tell us the process that you go through when you're catching people who are cheating. They're not criminals. They haven't committed any crime, as far as we know, but they are cheating. So what's that process?
They are cheating. Actually, it's very similar because in bounty hunting, 98% of it is an investigation, right? To try to capture the defendant. In catching cheaters, it's the same thing. It's an investigation, right? So the first thing I do is, after I talk to my client, is to gather information just like a hunt. I want pictures. Where do they work? What do they drive? Who do you think his side piece is? yes.
Text messages,
All of that
emails, phone
stuff.
numbers, everything.
Once I get that stuff, I start my investigation. In our business, we call it a Code 5.
Okay.
Right? So Code 5 is you go incognito. Ooh, I can't say cognito, can I?
That's all right.
You go incognito, right?
Okay.
So you go incognito, and you just start following and following and following because we're habitual, right? Right? We do the same things every day. We go to Starbucks at a certain time. We go to our lunch at a certain time,
And they
right?
get comfortable and think that they're not going to get caught.
Hello. And all of a sudden, you got me watching, right?
So, Dee, as a lawyer, I've hired private investigators, and people are pretty careful about watching, looking behind them, checking to make sure. How do you stay incognito and the cheater doesn't discover that they're being followed or watched by you?
First of all, it's very easy to blend into anything for me. I can blend in a crowd. If I'm at a birthday party, I see some clowns there. I've done this before. I put a clown suit on before.
No way!
Yeah,
I'll
stay, to apprehend someone or to... I don't do this in the cheating side, but to catch the fugitive, I'll turn into whatever I need to be, and I will be whoever I need to be.
Sometimes you don't know who you're sleeping with. Sometimes you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. All you know is that you have to have it, and you have to have it right now. The latest episode of the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now. On this episode, we're covering sex and murder, sleeping with the setup chick. Rated R for strong content and language. On the Suspense File, we cover the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why in urban crime. From crimes of passion, deadly relationships, mysteries, and urban cold cases, and more. You won't be disappointed. On the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Click the link for the latest episode. And be careful.
Sis, we leave a week from today. Did you go online to KK Lachey and order your outfits? Because last time it was a cold girl summer for you. We can't have that happen this time. I'm just saying. I don't want you to be Keisha Killjoy because your outfits ain't popping. We gotta get you right. The shade. I'm just keeping it real, sis. The same summer, you had to drop it like it was warm because your knees were hurting. That's because I didn't stretch, sis. Anyways, I'm on KK Lachey right now. I just picked out my outfits. They're gonna have me looking so good in Jamaica. I'm going to send you some screenshots. I got to get back to work. A look, a feel, a vibe. The people all pause when you walk into the room. Your KK Lachey apparel is popping. Your vacation is lit and you're ready to turn up. Get these looks and more at kklachey.com. There are some gender reveals that reveal more than just the gender. They can reveal the agenda of a predator. The latest episode of the Suspense Files is available on demand now. The insanity that rocks the cradle. The pregnancy predator. On the Suspense Files, we're covering the who, what, when, where, why in urban crime, including crimes of passion, deadly relationships, mysteries, urban cold cases, and more. Click the link in the bio for the latest episode on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Rated R for strong content, thoughts, and ideas.
Welcome back. You are listening to the event session on the Sister Speak Show. I'm your host, Sister Speak. Yeah. It's real in the field. Every day we are intertwining when we should be in hermit mode, doing the work that we need to do so we won't attract traumatic experiences that we have deeply rooted within ourselves and other people. And unbalanced, anyone who is unbalanced will find themselves doing and saying things that will cause chaos and calamity for all parties involved. And the young female who killed the guy that she was acquainted with was unbalanced, and so was he, though. It does not excuse the murder, the vehicular homicide. But let's just examine this for a minute. Any of us, when, as I mentioned, if we're vibrating low, get into a situation with somebody, we really don't know who this person is. And whatever your intentions are, whatever their intentions are, sometimes we will masquerade and pretend like we are actually on board with something because it serves for our immediate intention. It serves almost as we masquerade like it's a beard almost, right? And I'll be whatever you want me to be just so I can get what I'm trying to get from you. But the moment I get it from you, then I'm going to really be who I really am. So, if you're a Christian, I'm going to be a Christian. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, I'm going to be a Jehovah's Witness. If you're a scientist, hey, I'm a scientist. If you're a doctor, then I'm in the medical field too. Whatever it is, I'm going to find some way to relate, even though it's an illusion, just so I can extract what I'm trying to extract from you. Anybody can do that in a low vibrating energy. And when you are just casually experiencing people, and I don't know what their conversation was, I don't know what he said to her, I don't know what he said to him, but what I know is their last communication was her behind the wheel, him running for his life. The car made contact and he died. And he did not want to deal with her anymore. She did not want to let go. And she popped up. The parents said, hey, go inside the house. But the lava was already there. And as a woman, as a female, right? We have problems sometimes letting go. And we do get involved in situations that are not for us. But if we could just be real, the thrill of being with someone who is shaky, and I say shaky, and I'm not saying this young man was shaky, I'm just saying in general, we like to pick chaos. We do. Some of us do. Some like to pick chaos. And in the midst of picking someone who is chaotic, I don't know how you can justify that it feels good, that it's right, that this is what I like. I like the thrill of it all. Thriller, right? And it isn't until, if you survive, that you realize that, hey, I just want a man who vibrates high, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I may have to hit him with my car. Anger, because I am all over the place in my emotions about this man or this woman. And if I can't have you, nobody else can. That's not your power. That's not your place. That's not your position. That's not your proclamation. How dare you? You cannot think like that. I understand you don't want the other woman or the other man to have him or her. I get that, but that's still a low vibrating desire, because ultimately they don't belong to you. And you don't want another woman or another man to build off of your tears or your defeat. But you got to let them go. Because whoever they go to, that's their karma. You have to be able to look at the situation in a different way. Have you been so close? Have you been so close to the edge? Have you ever become so angry that you have exacted violence on your partner? Have you ever gotten behind the wheel and tried to kill somebody, run somebody over? How deep does your emotional unbalance go? And are you currently in a situation where you are having trouble letting the devil go? And are you demonic? Have you forsaken doing the work? Because let me explain something to you. That woman, that female that got behind the wheel, that was it. I'm getting chills talking about it. That was it. She didn't hit the brakes. She accelerated. The principality in her accelerated. Sisters, in totality, stop popping the fuck up at these niggas' houses. That ain't your place. Don't pop the fuck up at their house. That ain't your place. Brothers, do not pop up at her house. That's not your place. Don't sit in the parking lot stalking. That's not your place. That's the unbalance. That's where we have to do the work. Because where I am today and where some of us are today, we can testify. Man, we used to do stupid shit like that. Dumb shit. Low vibrating bullshit. Off. Trying to keep a man. Trying to keep a woman. Trying to bait them in. Buying them gifts. Doing this. Guess what I got you today? Let me guess. Yeah, I mean, some shoes. Some, like, just anything to keep this person in your life. You're willing to sell out. You're willing to even fucking make yourself look like a clown just to keep him or her. We can all testify on some way, shape, or form, some of us, that we have done some bullshit to keep somebody around. And the nigga and the sister and the nigga and the female is gone. They're gone. They're gone. They are not here anymore. Look around. Let's call attendance. Where are they? Don't they? They're not here. They're gone. So we did all of that for what? It was in vain. We learned a lesson so we could teach younger brothers and sisters. Excuse me. Let me get put my earbud in. We are an example for our younger brothers and sisters of what not to do. Hey, look, I used to be catted off. I used to be fucked off. I used to do stupid shit. These are the things I used to do. Don't do what I did. Here's why you don't do. Because you have to do the inner, oh my gosh. You have to do the inner work. And I was not doing the inner work. I didn't even know about inner work at that age. But we're in a different age where I'm going to tell you, look, these relationships where if I can't have you, nobody can, we can't have that. It's obsession. It is a mixture of manipulation, deceit, and somebody's going to end up having to pay the price. Because this sister now goes to jail for a guy who was just a lesson at best, or somebody who she should have never been messing with in the first place, and vice versa. I have to ask you brothers a question. Because this is, maybe it's a rhetorical question, but I just got to ask you, why, now just moving away from the clip, and this is just a general question, why do y'all keep having sex with batshit crazy ass women? You know she's crazy, but she gives good head. That's what it is. She can suck a mean dick. That's why you guys do it. Right? sex, bust a nut. That's it. You willing to put yourself in dangerous positions just to get your dick sucked because she gives good head. And you're over here in that's my stomach, in an alleged committed acquaintanceship, association with this other female, and this female over here is giving you all of this situations, doing all of these, freaky things for you, and you're all over the place, you're discombobulated, and she's doing these sexual things because she's hoping to win you over with sex. It's magic. People use sex magic. Marry me magic. Have a baby with me magic. Think of me only magic. You better fucking do your investigations. If you think what I'm saying is crazy, you are probably in a situation right now that you can't leave because they binded you to that situation with magic. Oh, cuz, she let me stick it wherever. I probably, in a high vibrating energy, you probably wouldn't even tell anybody that, and you wouldn't even be doing that. Is that all you want in life? Is just for somebody to let you stick it anywhere you want to? What the fuck do you want out of life? And now I'm talking to you brothers, because you being the leaders, created first, given a charge to rule and to be the head of, what are you doing with your power? And why are you wasting it on skeeting all over the place? You ain't even supposed to be wasting your fucking semen in that manner. So what's going on? Why do you keep going from woman to 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 woman? Why? Why the fuck can't you settle down? Excuse me. Why can't you get your feet on a solid ground, create a solid foundation in the Most High, and watch yourself excel? Why are some of you afraid of excelling? In your entire life, you want to be just like your friends. They need help fucking too. You're all a wreck. You all want to go around town not knowing which way is up, down, left, or right. Moral compass, moral GPS off. Why don't you want to do more with yourself? Why do you want to go around here climbing buildings, beating on your chest? Your phone, you've got 300 fucking females in your phone, and you're telling this one female over here that it ain't like that. These are all your sisters. So is this a polygamous camp that you're coming out of? Is this escape from polygamy? What the fuck? All of these are your sisters? Is this a sorority? What the fuck? How? Now, these are just, they be needing me because, I be giving them good spiritual advice. Nigga, do you press record and play that shit back for yourself? You niggas is always talking about you helping somebody and she need help and this. Nigga. Somebody needs to put a cape on for you. I mean, I don't understand it. You've got all these numbers in your phone, but you're faithful. To fucking what? To being a cheater? A betrayer? What are you faithful to? Why do you find it necessary to even lie to this woman? Or did you tell her that I ain't ready to be in a relationship, and sis, did you not believe him? And now you're finding out that you should have believed him in the beginning? Well, he did say he wasn't looking for a relationship. Okay. And what did you think? I didn't want to believe him. So I decided to plot and manipulate and create scenarios to force him to be in a relationship. And how did that work for you? I found 300 numbers in his phone. Right. 301, because I just gave him my number. No, I'm just playing. You've got all these numbers. You have them saved under mysterious names. Plumber 1, Plumber 2, Pest Control, Hottie Toddy. The next one is Thicker Than a Snicker. This one you have her under a Big Gulp. This one is called Skeet Tweet. You've got all these, and then in your photo gallery, you've got nudes and pictures of your penis, and you're out here living a secret life, and your wife or your associate has no idea that inside of your phone is a whole motherfucking it's a whole zip code. This is another territory, a whole nother world. Your secret life is in this phone. It's in the phone. It's in the gallery. And when you guys store the shit and you keep all of your deception and your betrayal on your phone, you get mad when she or he goes through your phone and finds the evidence. But you didn't realize you've been under investigation. And when you are under investigation, evidence will be sought after by any means in order to solve the crime. Your phone is evidence. It's evidence. You're hiding it. You're living a whole different life with me. And you're telling me that this is a certain way. I'm choosing to believe you, and you're choosing to deceive me. But you said that it was this way. What's wrong with you? Why are you choosing to lie and create fairy tales and fictions and play with people's emotions? Why would you play games with people who are already not balanced in totality? How do you think we feel if we are not being that way? And here you are being that way. And you're the very person, human, some of you men, who will not cut a woman a break if you do catch her doing what you've been doing. You're one and done, and she's 5 and some. You're a hypocrite. You're no different. The rules aren't different. It's not different. It's the same. Because the word does say, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. So it is the same. We don't want to have to discover that you are who you said you were not. But it is imperative that we do, and situations will continue to be orchestrated for us to find out the truth. If you are hiding something in your phone that is going to put my health at risk, mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually, emotionally, I have every right to discover the evidence. You don't have any right to have the evidence. There shouldn't even be any. So your privacy doesn't even exist with your phone. Your secret life is not elite. There is no privacy assumed, because the very thing that you're hiding can kill me. And now I have to walk out into the world unaware of, if you're asking me not to discover the evidence, and then be ambushed by your manipulation, lies, deceit, and fuckery. And you think that I should forfeit my safety in order to protect your fuckery, and I won't do it. I have every right to go through any evidence to find out what's been going on. And your phone is evidence. Your emails are evidence. Your phone log, your gallery, that's all evidence. And when you're fucking with anybody who is serious about true companionship and you play games with them, you're going to be exposed. And then you want to get mad when what you're hiding in secret is found out. But why are you hiding it? What's so bad about it that would make you have to hide it? It's obvious that you know that the shit ain't right. You are the one who has to come up with the different names for all the bitches. Because that's what you call them. Your hoes. Man, one ain't acting right. I got another. Listen, let me explain something to you about the pimp culture. The shit ain't cute. Some of you niggas really think you're pimps. And you're fucking not. You're the laziest nigga on earth. You are the bummiest nigga on earth. Because you make your money or whatever you call, or for whatever reason you call yourself a pimp. That shit ain't cute, my nigga. If you even fucking identify yourself as a pimp, my nigga, that shit ain't cute. Off the rip, you saying you don't respect women. Fuck you. Now, you can be unpimped, but that shit right there ain't hot. That's why a lot of you men who think like that end up having daughters. And you're the same men that'll kill a nigga for treating your daughter the way you treat other men's daughters. Hypocrite. You think you a pimp because you out here destroying lives. Let's just get to the root of it. What the fuck happened when you were a child? And if you came from a high vibrating home and this is what you choose to do, then you're wicked as fuck. And then we just know what it is. Off the rip. So you got all these women's phone numbers and one penis. What the fuck? What are you doing with your life, Drano? No oxygen in the brain makes you dumb as fuck. You need oxygen circulating. If no blood is running to your brain, you're not thinking clearly. So if you're always erect and if you're always emitting semen, nigga, what do you think is going to happen with your life? You weren't called to be a skeeter. Come on. I mean this shit. You got too much going on in your fucking phone. You sleep with the shit underneath the pillow with your hand on it, with a fucking chain around it, with a lock on it, with another lock on the lock, with 4 passcodes. Nigga, just move the fuck out the house and go be a hoe in totality. Stop splitting the fence on being a hoe. Just go ahead and be that hoe that you are already. Just stop with the bullshit, my nigga. It just makes no sense to have to be in secret about who you really, really are. My question is, are you gonna change? Some of you are in an affair right now and the shit has gotten out of hand and you don't even know how to walk away. And as I mentioned before, you treat your wife like shit and your husband like shit. Sisters, I gotta be real with you. Some of you think that it is okay to have a man on the side because, for whatever reason, you feel like you ain't getting what you need at home. I want you to Google Black woman murdered by her lover. And I want you to read those stories and let it resonate with you. You're vibrating low. So however you are operating in your phone, I know the whole carnal thought is women do a better job at cheating. I mean, let's just look at it in totality. How? Because if they did, they wouldn't have to sneak. You would be able to do it outright. There's no way. Everything is always exposed from the beginning. If you have a good man at the house and you're out here being a whore, a Jezebel, a wrecking ball, what do you think is going to be the end result for you? A man who is sleeping with only one woman is used to the way the vagina feels. He knows that somebody else has been in it. I don't care how tight you try to squeeze that or where you go to try to get a quick steam. A man knows because he can have discernment and the Lord can show him that you're being unfaithful. You cannot outsmart being exposed. The Lord will make it be so that what you're doing will be exposed. So your secret phone life and your secret on life has never been secret at all. It has been public and exposed from the very beginning. And it's only a matter of time that the unknowing victim of your manipulation and your deceit, they will find out. And what a lot of you do when you have been caught cheating, in the marriage specifically, you play victim. You play victim. You pretend as if it were the spouse's fault that you did this. And the only people that believe you, you're flying monkeys. They believe you because they're just fucking like you. Your circle is polluted. The niggas that believe you are just like you. You cannot unconvince the family and the friends of what the smear campaign what the smear campaign spread. The rumors and the gossip and everything, the slander. If you are trying to go to these people and unconvince them or tell them your truth, you will not win. They didn't like you to begin with. They're happy that this happened. They paid for it to happen, some of them. They will believe every single lie that the narcissist tells. They will believe every lie because they are just like the narcissist. The narcissist has some juice on them. They've got some juice on the narcissist. So they all got to kind of like hang out together and keep this bond going because of the scandals that run rampant in the circle. So if you are trying to say, look, I didn't cheat, I didn't do these things, he or she did them, and the family is already toxic and narcissistic, trust me, they're not going to believe you. They're going to say, oh yeah, she's crazy, he's crazy. They will believe the liar because they are liars. They engage in the same behavior. That's why. However, in due season, they will be exposed, but you do not control due season. So once again, in your emails, what's going on? Is that where the affair is happening? the emotional affair, that means that there is trauma going on, and you need to address the trauma. Because the problem is, when you bring a third party, fourth party, fifth party into the situation, you are attracting people who are traumatized already. It's just a matter of time before it gets out of hand. And what once was normal, smooth, and regular, what you want to now go back to, you may never get back to that again, because it's justice season. Your secret life can kill you. It can destroy the lineage. It can put you in a position to where you are homeless, financially in ruins, health fading. Because it was wrong. When you do wrong, wrong returns. Some of you right now are like, I can't believe he's with her. I can't believe he's with him. I can't believe he ran back to his ex. He said he wasn't dealing with her. He talked so much shit about her. She talked so much shit about him. You are in awe because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this nigga right here or this female right here is really with the shit. And you need to understand, if you see these people together, if you see your ex or whatever with the person that they said that they wasn't messing with or dealing with, or they even talk shit about, but you see them together, trust and believe, that person that they're with is their karma. If you find them running back to the past, that's their karma. They got to get that fucking justice. It's judgment season. That's their tower. You're looking at it in the wrong way. Oh, he left me. He went back. No, he went to Egypt to get the plagues. He wasn't ready for Canaan. He did not want to be free. He did not give a fuck about the clusters. He didn't give a damn about the clusters of grapes. He didn't care about the abundance. He wanted tragedy and trauma and gutter and filth. Let that man go to his karma. Let that woman go to her karma. Let her lay up with her karma. Let him lay up with his karma. Let them be the laughing stock of the community. They're trying to post and parade to make you mad and make you jealous. Let me tell you something. We return to sender. Why? Because that's their karma. To be put on social media and public display to show how trifling they are. Let it happen. Let me tell you something. You have to change your mind. And if you vibrate low, that will get to you. What they're doing is all designed to make you upset, to make you mad, to make a statement, to show, look at me, I can get somebody. It has to be her or him that's the problem because I can get somebody. Oh, look at me. I have 3 jobs. I wasn't able to be stable when I was with him. It has to be them. Let me tell you something. Let them play the game. Everybody ain't stupid. And it's only a matter of time before the slippage in their masquerade manifest. That's their karma to go to that thing or that thing. Let them lay up with that dusty ass gremlin or that dusty ass gremlin. Let them parade around town and build up all of their karma. It was meant for them to come together, for the cycle, the karmic cycle to manifest, and for him or her to learn some lessons. And you are the curriculum. They cannot get to you if you elevate. They can't reach you if you mount up. That's the realest talk ever. Let them do their thing. Let them smile in the pictures. Let them sit there and look as suspect as they want to, because some of you now can look at photos of your ex and see shit that you couldn't see before and be like, I read photos. I can see through photos. I see the truth in photos. I get prophetic dreams, clairvoyant. So I have these gifts, right? So I'm on it. When I tell you, look at that photo. Just look at them. The fact that they said we're going to intentionally try to hurt this person or that person lets you know where they come from and who they are. The public, the community will begin to see the truth for what it is. Just keep doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing. You don't have to retaliate carnally. You can whoop their ass in the spirit, though. That's where I'm at with it. Let it be an enlightenment to you of what's really going on. Let it be the thing that you need to say, you know what? I'm going to go into hermit mode. I'll be right back. Then you come out, guns blazing. No violence. This is just about power. You come out, look, as a warrior, ready. Foot on the enemy's neck. They had you fucked up. Trying to keep you silent, didn't want you to tell the truth about what really happened. They wanted you to stay in this low vibrating energy, and you had the nerve to actually rise up out that thing, and they left you for dead, left you in the pit, and here you are coming through. They're like, wait a minute. They all partying and dancing and laughing and bullshitting and being phony and shit. You know what I'm saying? Partying and bullshitting. They all doing that because they think you dead, right? They thought that shit. You ain't finna resurrect from this last thing that they did. They all co-conspired and conspired to come together for your downfall and all this other type of stuff. Try to leave you in a ten of swords and stuff. And then the next thing you know, they see you coming over the hill. And you're not by yourself. The looks on their faces when they see that you're still alive. That they can still hear your voice when they check your social media. And they can see that you're still alive. Because the Crumbs were supposed to kill you. Their secret life was supposed to take you out. That was the secret. That's what the devil thought. But nah, he doesn't super rule. So the Lord said, have you considered my daughter? Have you considered my son? And so you go through these lessons. You think they're love, but they're lessons. And then you get to a point where you realize that, look, I don't want to live a secret phone life, a secret on life. There are some of you right now who literally have changed. You've been delivered from being a fuck boy and a fuck girl. You no longer fuck around with people's hearts. You don't play games. You know what it is. You received the ass whooping from the Most High God, the chastisement, and so you don't play games anymore. You've been delivered. You don't fuck around, and you are a good human now. You're no longer damaged. You are actually repaired, restored, resuscitated, rehabilitated, rejuvenated, reclaimed, redeemed, repented. Okay? This last betrayal was what you needed to enlighten you and to awaken your spiritual gifts and for you to stand in your power and to chop down every single thing that needed to be chopped down. Every regime, every thought process. You went inward and did the work, and they are running now scared because they don't know what's coming next. Wow, Sister Speak, I never thought that listening to a show about cheating would actually manifest into such a conversation like this. But it's real. It's real, brothers and sisters. It's real. I don't know how else to give it to you than to give it to you with the realness. Sister Speak. It's a real show. We're going to actually expose the enemy so we can grow and gain our power back and heal the village. We're fucked up in the village. We treat each other like shit in the village, whether it's in a friendship, a familyship, or in a fellowship, or in a marriage. We're not doing right by each other. Let's just be fucking real. We have walked far away from the principles and the moral foundations of what it means to treat each other right and to be real with one another, to not hurt one another, to be considerate about one another, to be cautious, to understand and respect boundaries without somebody ever having to say it, just because you know what it is to just be smooth when you walk. To be righteously cautious when you walk and talk. But you won't know that if you vibrate low. This is real, man. Sister, brother, we don't treat each other right. We do not know what it is to really love each other. We throw that word around like it is okay to do. Agape love, phileo love, eros. The most high love is agape love. There is no love that rises above that. It's agape love, godly love, the love from the most high. Phileo love, brotherly love, treating each other right. And then there's that eros, that erotic love, that lust, that passion, all of that. And we don't understand the system, the caste system. We don't understand the tiers, rather, of love. We don't get it, and we're not understanding the tiers, which means we end up in tears. You say you love them, but that's not really love, because we can all look back and say, I didn't really love that mother. I didn't love him or her. Nah, I was gurping. I was tripping. I was out. That wasn't love. We can all admit it. That was lust. That was some bullshit. That was a dare. That was magic. That was, trying to sneak around the corner one time. Had to let one pop. I don't know, but we all know. We can all look back and be like, I ain't really. Didn't you guys used to have sex? Nah, that wasn't me. We are denying motherfuckers in this day and age. Like, who? Nah, cuz you got me fucked up. Okay? Just complete redemption, like sea of forgetfulness. Like, I don't know who you're talking about. Who? No. Nah, that ain't my body. You know what I mean? Don't put that toe tag on yon. Seriously. Like, we are denying the links because we realize after doing the work that, WTF, radio. Real shit. We're like, That's why some of you brothers always wear tennis shoes, because you be having to run from these females that you did a quick 1-2 pop with. You don't remember me? Get out of here. What? Get out of here. Huh? Get out of here. Scram. No, I don't know you. No, I remember we was in your... Get out of here. Get out of here. Cause she's tripping. I don't know her. And you chose the female with the 4th grade I like to fight ponytail. And now she showed up to the party because you forgot to invite her. We can't play games with people even when it comes to a pop. Like, even a pop can lead to you getting killed, can lead to you end up in a relationship. Some of y'all want to pop so bad and y'all be sticking y'all penises in mouths that got herpes. Hey, slow down. What are you talking about, Sister Speak? You know what I'm talking about. You go for the pop, and you don't realize that you're going to end up that something else is going to end up popping because you got pustules all over your penis. I'm talking about the crumbs. The crumbs. There are crumbs in people's mouths. That's why we have to floss. Brush our teeth. You know what I mean? Have good oral hygiene. Crumbs in your mouth. Evidence, brothers and sisters. We're not treating each other right, and that's why we're going through what we're going through, because we're in situations that we're not pre-qualified for. And as long as we stay out of as long as we are not pre-qualified, we will continue to encounter the secret phone and online lives. We will continue to have games played, and we will end up in confrontations and coffins because we are in chaos because of the calamities within inside of us from our childhood. And it all goes back to that. Whatever you saw in the home, whatever you were exposed to, whatever is at the forefront or suppressed, it all has to deal with why we are making the decisions that we're making, why we're choosing who we're choosing. I want a man just like my daddy. Ma'am, your daddy's got some secrets that he's hoping don't come out. Not trying to be rude. Not every father is with the shit. But I'm just keeping it 100. You probably, if anything, you want one that's like the Most High, Father Abba. You understand what I'm saying to you? No disrespect. I understand one of the qualifications. Like for me, one thing about my dad, although he is resting and my ancestor warring and protecting me, I have to say this. He was a man. And he was a provider. He handled his business. So I don't have time for no bullshit ass man. I expect masculine, protect, and serve energy. The only thing that my father had an issue with was the energy needed to be higher. There were low vibrations. So those low vibrations I attracted in other men. It was until I did the work. I'm honest about that. No, I'm not a daddy's girl. None of that. People would say I was, but I love my father. But I'm not looking for a man like my father. I'm looking for, I desire high vibrating qualities that my father had. He exemplified those things. But what he did not exemplify, I don't want. And those things that I did not want had a stronger hold in my attraction. So we have to be careful in trying to keep it in the family. Okay? It is important that we not operate carnally when it comes to our relationships. I want us all to experience divine love. It is imperative that we do, because there are empires that need to be established. There are movements that need to go forward. There is healing that is necessary for the land, and we all have to do our part. You right now are trying to figure it out. And you're going to be okay. It happened. And so now what are you going to do about it? Because you can't keep calling people talking about it. They're tired of hearing about it. No disrespect, but the help you need comes from the one who created the one who betrayed you. And the help you really need is going to get down to the root of who you were, are, and will be. If you are desperate to be in a marriage or a fellowship, you will miss the steps and you will not get approved for the relationship. You will be denied. You will be declined. Sorry to inform you, but you are not qualified for this line of relationship. Go and clean up the past relationships so you can have a higher likelihood of being accepted for what you want to qualify for, which is this high value relationship. A high value relationship consists of the fruits of the Spirit. It's not about $1 million salary. It's not about a $200,000 salary. It's not about a $50,000 salary. It's about a high value relationship consists of the fruits of the Spirit. And when you have those, everything else flows. It's granted. It is the inheritance and the reward for great behavior. Do the work, not the twerk. Part 2. Why are you playing games with me? Cheating leaves crumbs. Secret phone and online lives. You've been a wonderful listening audience. I thank you so much for tuning in to the vent session on the Sister Speak show. Is it going to be a part 3? I don't think so. I highly doubt it, brothers and sisters. I thank you so much. I don't know if there'll be a part 3. I have some other shows, as I've mentioned, that are in queue. I have videos I'm putting together. I got a lot that I'm doing, so I don't know if there's going to be a part 3. But I want to ask you this question. Are you going to stop having sequels yourself? Is this going to be the end for you? Are you willing to be by yourself to do the work so you can come out refreshed? Or are you going to continue to vibrate low and put yourself in a position to lie, to scam, to betray, and ultimately be killed? A spiritual and physical death. Are you willing to lose your wife, your husband, your children? Are you ready to go for custody battles? Are you aware that there's a private eye that's following you? Are you prepared for your side chick to say she's pregnant? Are you prepared to be pregnant by your side nigga? Are you ready to walk into the mall and catch and be caught or exposed? Are you ready to go into a restaurant only to see who you've been cheating with be there with their friends and they have no idea that you're married, and now the confrontation? Are you ready? Because everybody goes live. Everybody goes live. They pull their phones out and they hit live and they record. Are you ready to be recorded? Well, you were already recorded in secret, but are you ready to be recorded in public? Are you ready to go on YouTube, Facebook? Are you ready for the results of a scorned woman or a scorned man? Can you deal with being stabbed, hit by a car, run over by a car? Are you ready to catch an STD? Are you ready to experience domestic violence? Are you ready to lose your hair, gain or lose weight? Are you willing to walk on eggshells, compromise your soul, your integrity, your morals, your values, your dignity? Are you ready to show your sons and your daughters that this is the wrong thing to do? Are you prepared to damage your children when they see you devastated and not wanting to go on because you have been betrayed or manipulated or whatever the result is from what has happened? Are you ready to go into a deep, dark depression as a result of you not being honest and playing games with someone's life? Are you prepared for the consequences that will occur when you decide to cheat and leave crumbs? Are you prepared for the consequences when you decide to have a secret life in your phone, online? Are you prepared for the inevitable to manifest? Because it will. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to sleep in your car? Are you prepared to go back to your mama's house, your daddy's house? Are you prepared to have to save face and tell a whole bunch of fucking lies about what really happened, about the situation? Are you ready for the Ten of Swords to manifest in your life as a result of you playing games with somebody? Because that's what you're doing. You are playing games, which means that you feel like you can dominate someone. Are you ready for the game to be played on you? Are you prepared to come home and find the locks have been changed? Are you prepared to go and withdraw cash and to find out that the bank accounts have either been frozen, you've been blocked, or all the money has been withdrawn? Are you prepared to come home and find that she can no longer or he can no longer take it and they're gone? Can you prepare for the abandonment? Can you prepare for Can you prepare for the shit to turn on you? Are you ready to lose it all? To be embarrassed? I'm telling you, you're not planning for what God has for you. You're not even prepared for it. You can't, because He will teach any lesson that He wants at any time. And when you play games with His children specifically, you have waged a war against the angels, the ancestors, the Most High God. And He will destroy anything that is not divine. And we will learn the lessons. And then we will desire higher because we have learned that we were lower. We thought we were here, but we really weren't. And the Lord is taking us through these things to show us that, look, let me show you something. And you learn the lesson. And so now you desire solitude. You're okay with being single. You mingle with yourself. You are now finding out that you actually like to comb your hair. You're eating. You're getting back to who they tried to make you be in the pit. And it feels good and you can't lie. Healing feels great. If you say it doesn't, you're a liar. I don't see any kid walking around not wanting a Band-Aid after falling down. They feel much better. Band-Aid. Boom. Feel better? Mm-hmm. Perfect. You feel better when you heal, when you are healing. And some of you never thought that you would no longer want that person, and it feels good to be on this side of victory. I don't know how you're going to end your affair. I don't know how you're going to get out of this shit. It ain't for me to be your Scooby-Doo. You got in it, and you're going to have to find a way to get out of it. But I'm going to tell you something. You better get the fuck out of it. Ooh, you better get the fuck out of it. When I say TikTok, I mean tick fucking talk. It's either going to be a casket. It's either going to be a casket. It's either going to be a casket. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's going to be a death, spiritual and or physical, that will remove you from this. The death card is here. The Tower is here. The Tower card is here. Everything is in reverse. Justice is here. This is the season of justice and truth. Cheating leaves crumbs. Stop cheating. Stop lying. Stop manipulating. Stop gaslighting. Stop bullshitting. Stop neglecting. Stop abandoning. Stop deflecting. Stop avoiding. Until you do the work, you're not pre-qualified to be in a relationship or marriage. Thank you for being a wonderful listening audience. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield, and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Blessed be the name of the Most High God. I'm divinely protected, so is my listening audience. We return to sender all negative energy, all demonic energy, all satanic energy, all evil eye energy, all black magic, all spell work, all voodoo, all juju. Reverse it into your bosom 100-fold. It has an adverse effect in your bosom immediately. Hold on, I got one more thing for y'all.
No weapon formed against you shall prosper. This is Sister Speak with a word of encouragement. No matter what the enemy or enemies try to do to you, God will cause their plans to take no effect, and the pit that they dig for you, they shall fall in. If God be for you, who can be against you? Now say it with me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Be encouraged.
You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? No weapon formed against you, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Brothers and sisters, you already know what time it is. Warriors, mount up.